Hey, what's up, dudes? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're going to be finishing up the Z and finishing up the Crown Vic swap here on the front. As you can see, we've already finished that up, but I'm going to throw in some videos and some little clips on how we did that. I'm not going to go into real big detail on how to do the Z or how to do this front. I have videos on how to do both of those. So if you need to know how to do that, go back and watch those videos. If not, keep watching this one. So let's see. So in this video, we've got a lot of stuff we're going to get done. Like I said, as you can see, the Z's already done. This is already in. We do got to clock the little brackets for the back control arms right there. So we're going to be doing that today. Possibly hooking up the steering and getting the brakes hooked up. So we're going to make sure the brakes are kind of good and the steering. Let's see what else. We might also do the front part of the Z, get that dropped down. Once that's done, we're going to jump on into this Firewall and start doing what we need to do to get the AC box lined up with that. We're going to need to pull the rest of the interior out, get that out of the way, because we're going to be doing some cutting and welding and grinding, and we don't want to mess up none of the interior. So yeah, we got a lot of projects to do in this video, so I'm going to quit talking and grab some tools and just get to work. Okay guys, you can see we got that plate welded on. It's on the top and the bottom there. We've got it welded in anywhere that we could get contact on it. We've got it underneath there. Let's see, I welded it down that seam there and then also underneath here too. So she's welded all in place right there. We've got the top one and the bottom. So now we're gonna run over there to the DG, get us a poster board, come over here and we're gonna mash it flat to this, and then on the inside we're gonna trace along that and we're gonna run it back to about here and somewhere in there. And we're just gonna trace along it and get our shape, and we'll go over to our metal. We're not gonna use the plasma cutter on that one because that thing's pretty crazy. No, we are gonna use this plasma cutter, not the plasma table. Sorry, it's still early, I just got up. Yeah, we'll get it traced out on some metal. We'll use this plasma cutter and cut that son of a gun out and stick it up there. We'll grind it down and weld that thing in place. And then we also need to make a little fish plate on the inside. We haven't done that yet. Right there with that metal butted up, we're gonna run a big fish plate in here to connect both of those and weld that in good and solid there too. Well, okay, let's run to the DG, get a poster board. All right guys, we've got our plate cut out now. That fits up in there nice, looks good. We've got it ground all the way around so we can get it welded in. But before we get too far, we need to make sure that we get the spot for our cab mount to go back in. Now, this is pretty simple. I'll show you. Let me set up the camera and I'll show you exactly how I do it. But first, before I set up the camera, let me just show you a couple reference holes. Okay, you see the two holes that came with it right there? All right, they're still going to be in the same spot on this back half. The other one's moved up. But our other ones, we've got one here and we've got a half of one on the bottom. That's another reason why I like to keep this bottom hole, because if we cut it off, it'd throw off our alignment. So we've got these two. Now, if we line up these two with those two on the side, then it's going to be at the right angle. It can't be off. So I'm going to line up these two, and then wherever this one falls, we're going to put a mark there and we're going to drill that in. Get yourself a marker, and then if you can see these two holes, just get it lined up with it. Get that top one in. Get that bottom one lined up. Once you think you got it in a pretty dang good spot, come over here and mark this hole. Double check, looks good. Now we've got that hole. So all that's going to be left when we get ready to do this, we're not going to bolt this back in. This is going to be welded back in, but the reason why I go ahead and drill the hole is that helps me with alignment whenever we get back, because we're going to put this plate over that and it's going to block it. So I'm going to come to the inside in there and drill back through that hole and bust it back through. And that will give me, whenever we put this plate back on, we'll have these two holes, and that'll give me whenever we come and line this back up, as long as those two holes are straight, then we're back in there good. And then from that point, we're going to you can tell there's some overhang. I'm not sure if you can see from that camera angle, but there's some overhang on this side. We're just going to take a marker and run a straight line right here, so that way it doesn't hang down and look weird. We'll just mark it, and then you'll cut that off. Same thing over here. There's a little bit hanging over there, and then from there we're going to weld this thing in place. So we don't have to worry about bolting it back in. It's going to be welded in place. All right, boom, it's done. Not too bad. I've showed you guys in other videos how to do that. If you don't know how to do that, I've got a video on exactly how to do that, so go check it out. Pretty easy. We got it in looking good looking welds there. We've got it all painted back black, so we've got that rust barrier from about here under the cab all the way to the bed there, and when we pull off the bed, we'll hit it also. I didn't do the front because we've still got to cut this and Z it down, but look at that, man. She's looking good. They're in there. We're about to, we're gonna hit the lift and raise this up a little bit and get our Crown Vic front rolled over and back into place, drop those bolts in and see how everything lines up. Alright, so now it's time to tackle these lower control arms here, and we've got to clock these brackets here. So as you can see how it comes, you've got it set flat. This oval is kind of like facing this way. We're going to cut this weld right here and that weld right there, and we're going to rotate this thing so that that oval is sideways and running parallel with this bracket here. So, see what I'm saying? So that's flat. We want this oval to be flat also. So yeah, we'll cut those off, rotate it, weld it back on, and then we'll come back and we'll put this on. And we've got another bracket that came with the kit for this Crown Vic. Set up here, it's those things bolt onto this with the 3 holes. I'm not sure if this is the right one, but you'll get the idea. Yeah, you see this is the one that goes to the other side, but you see what I'm saying. Yeah, it bolts onto that. And then this thing is going to weld to the frame. And again, I got the wrong one. This is the one for the other side. But it goes up in there, and it's going to weld to the frame. So that's how that works. So let's go ahead and get on that, because that needs to be done first. Alright, this will show you what I'm talking about. So this is how it comes, and that's how it needs to be. So we cut that weld off the side there, like I told you, off both sides. And then we just rotate this thing so that it's parallel with this plate, this line. I put a little red line there just to show you, and it helps me to see that it's going straight. But see how that one's parallel? That one's not, so that's what we need to do to this one. We're going to cut those welds, rotate this one, get those welded back together, throw a fresh coat of paint on those, and they'll be ready to go. Okay, so we got these lower control arm brackets finished up. Look at those. Shiny as heck. Those look brand new. Got them clocked around like they're supposed to be. We'll try to get those installed today. We'll see. We got a few other things going on. We went ahead and cut out the firewall yesterday. There's pieces of it somewhere laying around, but anyway, we cut that out yesterday, and I've got a little template that makes that so easy for the air box. I've got them, they're kind of rolled up over here, but this one right here, I lay it on the firewall, trace around it, and that's where I cut. And then this one here is the one we lay on the metal. I just lay that thing flat on the metal. This squiggly line right here, don't pay attention to it. It was the wrong measurement. But I lay it flat on the metal, trace it, cut out the hole, trace out the holes. I got a little bend there that kind of like flaps it over. I've got to adjust that a little bit more. It doesn't go all the way to the side. I have to take another plate and build another plate and trace that and cap it there and weld it in. So once I get that measurement, I'm going to add that onto that. That way next time it'll be exact. But it made it really easy. Just lay it down on the metal, trace it out, cut it. It's set right in there. Has the little bend over for the box to set right in there. So that's what we did yesterday. Got it welded in, seam sealed up all around the edges, and threw a coat of paint on it. We did on the inside too. Let me show you. We also pulled all this interior out yesterday. Look how nice this floor is. Man, this truck is solid as heck. Look, check this out. Solid as heck in there, man. All right. Pulled out glove box. Pulled out all the air stuff. Can you see in there? Yep, got all that out. Get out the radio and the AC, the gauges, some wiring that we're not going to be using. Go ahead and deleted that. What else? Oh yeah, up in there, you can see the box that we made is up in there. Got it welded in on the inside also, and we seam sealed it on the inside also. I do got to go in here and cut out, whoa, my camera is terrible, or my camera handling is terrible this morning. But we still got to cut out this box right here a little bit more, because the new box that comes in and bolts to this needs to go all the way in. So I do have to cut some of that out. Haven't done that yet. What else we got going on? Front is in. We painted these up. He got this really cool, this paint. Let's see, tropical glitz. This stuff is awesome. Cosmic green, has a lot of flake in it, like blue, purple, green, red, all kinds of flake. I tried to show it in a picture. You can't really see it, especially in here, but I'm telling you, man, that thing is damn flaked up like a damn bass boat. He's also got, we got the clear coat to go on it, and then this right here is just some flake in a can. This right here can be put on anything. You can spray any color you want, and then it's about to start raining. I hear the thunder outside. But you can spray any color you want, any kind of paint, and then spray this on it, and this just sprays a whole lot of flake. Really cool. Let's see what else. So yeah, that's what we used for those upper control arms. We're going to be using that for the 4-link bars too in the back. Maybe a few other things. I don't know. Why the heck's this camera so close? There we go. That's a little bit better. All right. So I guess I'm going to quit yapping, and I'll show you guys the steering. We got the steering installed. I don't know if I showed you that yet or not, but we just kind of linked it up. We just pulled the little, what's this thing called right here? Rag joint. Pulled it off from the stock one. This is like a rag joint that's inside the steering column on the Crown Vic or Grand Marquis, whatever you use. And we just kind of whittled that thing down, because I think it's a square and that thing was kind of like splined. So we just whittled it down to a rectangle so that it fit this, bolted in, and comes down. We cut that sleeve, the collapsible thing that goes in and out. And this right here is the stock part that comes from the steering column where it comes up. I just left it really long on the inside. It runs inside this tube probably about 2 or 3 inches, and we'll weld it around right there real good, and put a bolt through just in case. So she turns smooth as eggs. Not having any issues with that. It's really strong. I like using that style right there. I've done it a couple times. All right, so I think the plan for the day is, I think the sun's got my camera being weird. Plan for the day is I'm going to finish capping in this box right here, cutting out the rest on the inside, so that way we can get, we're going to get the air box, make sure everything mounts up there real good. And once it does, we'll probably go ahead and get these upper control arms done. That way we can have all this part finished up. Alright, so we got a little template drawn out for that goes on that side piece. So I'm just going to try to find the best piece of this that I can. I'm going to trace that. You guys see that? Alright, we got our little piece here. Let's see how good that fits. Man, that looks smooth as eggs. Can y'all see that from there? Fits in really good. We're going to get that thing welded in, pull some seam sealer over it, and paint it black. And then we got to do a little cap on the bottom. And then we'll have this thing fully closed in. Alright, this is what we got going on. We've got that little side plate welded on, you see there. We're going to grind that down and clean that up. Pull some seam sealer on the inside right there. We have welded it. Let me show you how it looks on the inside and what I have to do to the inside. Okay, we've got it going on right here. Alright, I still got to clean some stuff up in here, so don't pay attention to some of the rough edges. But like I said, this hump that was here earlier, we just took the plasma cutter, and where this plate right here, you could see the weld marks on it. So I just kind of grinded to the inside a little bit. or not grinded. We took the plasma cutter, wherever it's at, right there. And then I cut along the edge right here, and we pulled out this bottom piece. So now the edge is closed in, we need to close in this bottom. I'm gonna do the same thing like I did right here. Take a little piece of cardboard, put it up in there, get this shape, transfer it to metal, come back and we'll cap that and we'll weld that in, and then all this will be seam sealed. This little bit of metal that was hanging over, I hit it with the hammer, bent it over. I like to do that. You can make it clean if you want to, and weld that edge up clean if you want, but I just hammered it over right there, and we'll throw some seam sealer and clean it up, and then we're going to repaint all this backside right here with some, I like using the that underbed coating stuff, that truck bed coating aerosol spray. Works really good, gives it a very light texture. I don't know if you can see, I've already done this. No, it's kind of too dark in here. Yeah, there you go. You can see it gives it a very light texture. I like it. That's what I use. You can use whatever you want. But that's how it's going, and that's if you want to do it this way, then that's how you should do it. Let's go ahead and get this piece capped in and clean all this up, and then we've got to run and go get some welding gas. We're almost out, and while we're out, we will get some seam sealer so we can pull all those corners and clean them all up, make it look real good. Then we'll put another coat of paint across this side here. She's looking pretty decent in there, looking pretty decent. Alright, this is what we got going on. Sorry for the loud fan, man, it's hot as heck today. So I've got it cut kind of in a square back there in the back, and then to get this front radius right there, all I did was I just mash into it. You can see where I've already done it. Just mash into it and follow that edge, and you can see it's going to put a little indention. And then when you pull it up, well, you can't see it, but I can see it. We're just going to, yeah, you can see. We're just going to cut around that indention right there and then test fit that and see how that does. Alright, we got it trimmed up. See, she fits in there nice and smooth now. We're going to get the welder, weld this piece in, seam that in, and this thing will be sealed up. Alright, let's go get the welder. Alright, we got a coat of paint on that, on the outside and the inside there. And I'm going to let that dry up a little bit more. While that's drying, I think we need to run and go get some gas for the welder. We're out of gas. I got the tank setting up over there. We're going to back up the truck, throw the tank in there, and we're going to go ahead and run to the little hardware store and get some bolts, because we need some little nuts and bolts to put these on right here. I don't have any left. I got a whole bunch of nuts but no bolts, so we're going to run to the parts store, get some of those. We need 6, and get some gas. What else do we need? Need gas, bolts. I think that's it. All right, so let's back the truck up, get that tank loaded up, and roll into town. Alright, we are on our way to Sexton to get some gas for the welder, and then we are heading over to the builder supply to get those nuts and bolts. It has been hot as heck in the shop the last couple days, man. It's nice to be in the truck and get a little bit of AC blowing through my hair, through my beard. We got Josh Stenett's panels there in the back. Those are really awesome. I seen him up at a car show in Kentucky over last weekend. Picked those up from him. Those go on the radiator core support across the top there. Looks really awesome, man. He's doing really good with those. I've seen several trucks. Seems like every other truck you see on Facebook, it's got those panels on them. So he's doing really awesome. Those are really cool. Check those out. So if you're wanting one of those, actually Corey's truck that we're working on has them on the front. So I'll show you when I get back to the shop what they look like. His has it on the front. Mine has the dimple dies. I went with the dimple dies on mine, and I'm going to paint them, I don't know, might paint them silver, might paint them the color of the truck, color of Lincoln, like that seafoam green. I've got a quart left of that, and we got to do some touch-ups on some stuff anyway, so I might hit those with that paint. But anyway, we're going to keep on cruising through town, enjoying this AC, letting it blow through my beard, and then I'll see you back at the shop. Alright, let's roll, man. We got our gas, we got our nuts and bolts. Let's hop up in the truck and roll back to the shop. Oh God, that hurt. I just set on my nuts. Oh God, see? Just set on my nuts from the hardware store. Shoo, that hurt. Alright, let's roll. Alright, back to this hot shop. That AC was nice for a little while. It's a mess in here, man. I've got crap everywhere. So that goes whenever I'm doing one of these jobs though. Get all of our crap put back down, keys, everything. All right. So we got all of our nuts and bolts that we're going to need to get these put back together. Let's go ahead and assemble that and try to get those son of a guns put on today. Oh crap, I totally forgot about the gas in the back of the truck. This thing doesn't feel that full. Alright, I knew I was getting something. Let's get this thing hooked up. Alright, fresh gas. I've been getting low, we were just running on fumes. Figured I better go get some before we ran out midstream. I don't know if you guys do this, but it helps with the sealing it up. But I always take one of these things and I put one of those smeared around. Let's get one from the other side too. Oh yeah. Put a couple of those big green things on there. Seals it up. I've not had a leak since I started doing that. Heck yeah. Got her on there. Smeared on a couple of them old bugs. She's not gonna leak. It's good to go. We're back ready for action. Let's fire this thing up. Boom. Oh yeah, look at that. She's ready to go. All right, end of the day. I am wore out, man. My shirt is soaking wet. It's hot as heck out there in this shop today. Anyway, we got our bottom brackets on. Got them welded in place, bolted in. AC box is in place. Looking pretty good. Got the box in there, got it all welded and seam sealed around. That reflection right there is not my weld, that is seam seal I pulled in there. But she's looking good, man. Fits in nice and tight. Looking smooth as eggs. Looking good. That part's done. We've got the inside part set. It's in there, it's bolted in. You know, we got to do some, it's dark as heck in here, so you probably can't see nothing. But anyway, the inside part's in too. It's bolted in, everything's in. That's all we did today, man. We did them lower control arms and we worked on the AC. That's a pretty big accomplishment for today, in my opinion. That AC box is, that's a big deal. Well, all right, guys, I'm going to head on out for today. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Okay, back with another little update. Dang, I left my flashlight on. Some gun's been on for about 3 hours. Better put that on charge. Anyway, we got our gas pedal in. Brake pedal is in. What else we got going on? I think it was Kathy. All right, so gas pedal's in. Oh yeah, we started with the brakes here. We got the ABS module in. The brake is wired up to the booster. Front brakes are wired in. And the rear brakes are kind of just floating back there for now. But we've got all that set up. We pulled the valve covers off and we're hitting them up with that flake green. It's gonna look really cool. Let's see if you can see. It's only got like 2 coats on it now, so it's still a little light in spots. Can you see the flake? Still, it's hard to see the flake in that stuff in here, but you can really see it outside. Look at the inside of this motor, guys. Sheesh, that thing's like brand new in there. Look at that. See how clean that is? 80,000 miles on this engine, and you can tell. Looking good. Let's cover that back up. All right, so we got a couple coats of paint on that. We're gonna let it dry, throw another coat of paint on it, put the valve covers back on, and then I'm not sure what else we're gonna do today. God, her car's loud. You can see the AC box is in here. We got to build some stuff to cover that, but she's all in. Not sure what else to show you guys. Moving along pretty good. We got that firewall all done. You see there, the air box is in. Looking great, man, looking great. We actually got Corey here today. He's in the house doing something, but we got him here today helping a little bit. Let's see. All right, let's run inside, take a little break. We'll be back out.
They want it. Just might as well go ahead and get it. Yeah. I think those are 17.
Oh shit, that actually comes off there? What's stamped off?
Yeah, it's a little plastic.
Stamped off.
There's no light on it.
All right, man. We got to digging into this thing, and in fact, these tensioners are broken right there. See that? No big deal. The engine's clean, but it's very common. You can see in there, that one's broken too. So we're gonna go ahead and swap these out, change out these tensioners and those guides right there. And we'll have that done. Corey's been in here working hard today, man. Look at him.
Working.
Look at him. Guys working shoes, working hands.
See how tore up my hands are?
Turn
Look at
around.
calluses.
You do got some, look,
Oh.
you get dirty.
Oh, man.
Son of a gun, look.
Hey, look at that.
All right.
Supervising, it happens.
Working hard in here today. But yeah, motor's looking good. Super clean inside. But yeah, we'll get those things swapped out. We're gonna call up and order some new guides for that. We'll swap those things out. All right, guys, now we are on to the front part of the Z. Very similar to the rear part, almost the exact same. So you wanna find your location. There's a lot of guys that use this hole right here for this front hole, this sway bar. I would get up there and show you, but I can't really do it with one hand. But yeah, they'll line that up with that one. So if you're one of the guys that do that, either way, you wanna come forward about 2 inches from that hole to the front of the truck. That way it gives you plenty of room for your sway bar there. So just one spot that I usually use that always falls in spot pretty good. If you look on the side, there's 3 little dots. This bottom one, I come over 1 inch from that, make a mark, and then run yourself a level line. And then we're gonna pull from the bottom just like we did on the back. Come up 1.5 inches and 4.5. Same process as the back. So pretty simple. We're gonna get our grinder. We're gonna cut that. We're gonna cut that one over there. And then this one is gonna drop down. Whereas we raised up the middle there, this front part is gonna drop back down. So this line's gonna, so let's see what we're gonna make this line here meet up with that one. So drop it down to that one meets that one, and then we'll tack it in and box that thing in. All right, we've got our first little plate made up here. You see what we did? We bent that. I grinded in there just a little bit so we could bend that easier, and then I'm gonna weld that back in. But we've got our shape. You see, it sets there, looks really good, hangs over just a little right there. We'll take the grinder and just kind of clean that up because this is actually wider and it narrows down some. So we'll clean that up. But it fits in there really well, looks really good. We'll be able to weld up all around our seams. We're gonna make 4 of these because this will fit here and it'll fit there too. We're actually not gonna put it right there. It's gonna go up here like that. But yeah, so that looks good. Everything turned out good. We're gonna, we've got the other ones cut. We're gonna get them all bent to the same shape and then we'll weld those in. All right, guys, we damn near got this engine in now. About to lower it down, send her on home. Went in, didn't it?
It's in.
It's in. It's in, dude.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna throw that down and you'll hold up the tension on that so it don't fall on the motor. Okay. Hell yeah, dude, it's in there.
That's it.
Nice. Dropped in pretty smooth.
Going home today with it.
Yeah. It's in there for a life, though.
Yeah.
Get these front bolts off there.
Yeah, it scratched a little bit.
Not too bad. It's really
Like
back,
you said,
way
there's
back in
nothing,
the back.
there's nothing you can do about it. It's just
I always
so
take a
tight.
Q-tip, dude, and we'll spray it in the cap.
And then
just
touch
touch it up.
Yeah. You can't even see that with that.
It looks good though. Stand right here. Seeing that green?
Oh yeah.
Looks awesome.
She's flaking.
See how close we got to this air box? Not bad at all, dude. How are we close to your
Good on those.
brake booster?
Brake booster? Oh yeah, we got a
Are
good
we
little
setting
gap.
on that O2 or are we good?
No, you're good.
Yeah. We got lucky with everything.
Yeah, everything
Look at that
looks good.
steering fits right in between everything.
Hey.
Nice. Let me pull these
Yeah.
bolts off the
Yeah.
front. That one does go back in there. Can't remember what for. Oh, it held a big metal bracket down the front.
These those are weight bearing.
Yeah.
They're able to bear weight.
Easy with the fender.
I know, right?
Yeah, it was wedged up in that chain. You getting it? All right. And then that nut will go back on there.
All right.
That holds down that ground. All right, guys, got her in. Look at that. That didn't take too long at all. Man, that green valve cover's looking awesome, dude. It is.
I'm stoked.
You should see it in the camera. It looks really good. It's popping. That green has a lot of flake in it. I don't know if you can see it in here, but once we get it out in the sun, man, you can definitely tell. Looks really good. Didn't really think it was gonna make that big of a difference on those, you know? But it does. Oh yeah, you can see it. Dang, it's like a damn bass boat. Looking good. So guys, we got the 4.6 in there. Let me see that flashlight again. Show y'all how much room we got over here to the air box. So when you do the air box like I do it in that location, it gives you that much room. You see? Pretty good gap there. Maybe 2 or 3 inches, but this thing cups in. See, I can put my whole hand in there. Perfect space. We don't have the bolts in yet, but we're setting in the mounts. Good space over here to the brake booster. Oh shoot, I dropped my phone. All right, there we go. Now we're back at it. See, pretty good space there. Everything's looking good. The steering rod is good, fits in place. All the brake lines looking good. Hell yeah, me and Corey's been busting ass today, man. We've been in here. We got the front Z finished up today. We had to put the timing cover back on and the valve covers, and we got a lot of stuff accomplished today. But looking good. Look at that. Heck yeah. Well, all right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. As you see, we got a lot accomplished in the last few days. We got the 4.6 setting in. We've got the Z completed. Man, we're narrowing this job on down. It'll be done, I'd say, in the next couple of weeks. Don't have a lot to do. A little bit of wiring and the bag stuff. All pretty easy stuff. But hey, thanks for watching the video. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Thanks for watching.